Polypharmacy peril. Are your 8 daily pills secretly killing you? Open your medicine cabinet right now. Count the prescription bottles. If you see more than 5 different medications, you could be in serious danger and your doctor might not even know it. Here's a statistic that will stop you cold. Taking 5 or more prescription medications simultaneously, called polypharmacy, doubles your risk of falls, triples your risk of dangerous drug interactions, and increases your chance of hospitalization by 88%. The most terrifying part: a landmark study from Harvard Medical School found that doctors miss potentially fatal drug-drug interactions 25% of the time. That means there's a 1 in 4 chance your current medication combination could be slowly killing you. But wait, it gets worse. The Institute for Safe Medication Practices recently revealed that prescription drug-related deaths have increased by 300% over the past 2 decades, with polypharmacy being the leading cause. We're not talking about overdoses or drug abuse. We're talking about people following their doctor's orders exactly as prescribed, yet still suffering life-threatening consequences. The numbers are staggering. According to the American Geriatric Society, 40% of adults over 65 take 5 or more prescription medications daily. That's nearly 22 million seniors potentially at risk right now. But here's what's truly shocking. Dr. Michael Roizen from the Cleveland Clinic recently published research showing that patients who underwent comprehensive medication reviews were able to safely eliminate an average of 2.3 medications per person, with some patients reducing their daily pills by over 40%. The kicker? These patients didn't just take fewer pills, they felt better, had more energy, and experienced fewer side effects than they had in years. Now here's where it gets really disturbing. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed 15,000 patients for 5 years. Researchers found that patients taking 10 or more medications had a 300% higher risk of cognitive decline compared to those taking fewer than 5 medications. They were literally watching medications rob people of their minds. Dr. Sarah Chen, a geriatric pharmacist at Johns Hopkins, put it bluntly in her recent interview: "We've created a generation of patients who are more afraid of their diseases than their medications. But in many cases, the medications pose a greater immediate threat than the conditions they're treating." In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to conduct your own medication review, identify dangerous combinations, work with your healthcare team to potentially reduce your pill burden safely, and most importantly, how to spot the warning signs that your medications might be causing more harm than good. If you're currently taking more than 5 prescription medications, comment "counting" below. You're about to learn information that could transform your health and potentially save your life. Let me tell you about James, a 73-year-old veteran who came to my attention through his daughter. James was taking 12 different medications daily. 12! His morning routine looked like a pharmacy inventory: blood pressure pills, diabetes medication, cholesterol drugs, antidepressants, sleep aids, proton pump inhibitors for heartburn, medications for enlarged prostate, blood thinners, and more. James was experiencing what he thought was early dementia. He was confused, dizzy, falling frequently, and his personality had changed dramatically. He would forget conversations minutes after having them. He'd get lost driving to familiar places. His daughter was researching memory care facilities and had already started the painful process of taking away his car keys. The most heartbreaking part? James knew something was terribly wrong. "I feel like I'm disappearing," he told his daughter. "I'm here, but I'm not really here." Then something remarkable happened. A new geriatrician, Dr. Patricia Williams, conducted what's called a comprehensive medication review and discovered that James was experiencing a cascade of drug interactions that were mimicking dementia symptoms. Here's what was happening. His blood pressure medication was causing dizziness, so he was given another medication for vertigo. The vertigo medication was causing depression, so he was prescribed an antidepressant. The antidepressant was interfering with his sleep, so he got a sleep aid. The sleep aid was causing morning grogginess and confusion, leading to concerns about cognitive decline. It was a perfect storm of well-intentioned medical care, creating a medical nightmare. Within 6 months of careful medication adjustments, a process called deprescribing, James had reduced his daily pills from 12 to 6. The dementia symptoms disappeared. The dizziness stopped. He started driving again, returned to his woodworking hobby, and regained the sharp wit his family remembered. James wasn't developing dementia, he was being slowly poisoned by well-intentioned medications. But James isn't unique. This happens every single day across the country. Let me share another case that will shock you. Margaret, a 69-year-old retired teacher, came to the emergency room for the 7th time in 6 months. She was experiencing chest pain, shortness of breath, extreme fatigue, and what doctors kept diagnosing as anxiety attacks. Multiple tests showed nothing wrong with her heart. Psychiatrists wanted to put her on anti-anxiety medication. Her family was convinced she was having panic attacks due to stress about her health problems. But here's what no one had noticed. Margaret was taking 14 different medications prescribed by 5 different doctors who weren't communicating with each other. A sharp emergency room pharmacist named Dr. Kevin Martinez decided to do something unusual. He looked at all of Margaret's medications together, not just individually. What he found was terrifying. Margaret was taking 3 different medications that could cause low blood sugar, 2 that could affect her heart rhythm, and 4 that could cause dangerous interactions when combined. Her anxiety attacks were actually episodes of dangerously low blood sugar and irregular heartbeat caused by medication interactions. The scariest part? Every single medication was prescribed appropriately for her individual conditions. No doctor had made a mistake. The problem was that no one was looking at the big picture. After working with a clinical pharmacist to carefully reduce and adjust her medications, Margaret went from 14 pills daily to 8. The emergency room visits stopped. The anxiety attacks disappeared. She got her life back. Margaret told me, "I thought I was losing my mind. I thought my body was falling apart. I never imagined that the medications meant to help me were actually making me sicker." Here's what's happening in your body when you take multiple medications and why your doctor might not catch dangerous interactions. The cascade effect. You take a blood pressure medication that causes dizziness, so you're prescribed another medication for balance problems. That medication affects your sleep, so you get a sleep aid. The sleep aid affects your mood, so you get an antidepressant. The antidepressant causes weight gain, so you get a diabetes medication. Each solution creates a new problem, and before you know it, you're trapped in what pharmacists call a prescribing cascade. Dr. Lisa Thompson, a geriatric specialist at Mayo Clinic, explains it this way. We often treat the side effects of medications with more medications, rather than questioning whether the original medication is still necessary or appropriate. The anticholinergic burden. This is perhaps the most dangerous aspect of polypharmacy that no one talks about. Many common medications, antidepressants, sleep aids, overactive bladder medications, antihistamines, and even some heart medications, block a brain chemical called acetylcholine. Here's the terrifying part. Taking multiple anticholinergic drugs literally shrinks your brain and increases dementia risk by up to 50%. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine followed 3,000 people for 7 years and found that those with high anticholinergic burden had brain volumes equivalent to people 10 years older. Think about that. Your medications could be aging your brain by a decade. The kidney connection. Your kidneys process most medications, but kidney function naturally declines with age, even in healthy people. After age 40, you lose about 1% of kidney function per year. What was a safe dose at 45 becomes potentially toxic at 75, but many doctors don't adjust dosages for aging kidneys. This is called age-related pharmacokinetic changes, and it's why older adults are at much higher risk for medication toxicity, even when taking normal doses. The liver overload. Your liver is responsible for breaking down most medications, but it can only process so much at once. When you take multiple medications, they compete for the same liver enzymes. This means some medications may not be broken down properly, leading to toxic buildup in your system. The protein binding problem. Many medications bind to proteins in your blood. When you take multiple medications, they compete for the same binding sites. This can cause unpredictable changes in how much of each medication is actually active in your system. The absorption issues. Some medications interfere with the absorption of others. For example, calcium supplements can block the absorption of thyroid medication. Iron supplements can interfere with antibiotic absorption. Taking medications too close together can render some of them completely ineffective. Pause this video and grab all your medication bottles. I'm about to teach you the brown bag review method that could save your life. This is a technique used by geriatric pharmacists that you can start today. It's called the brown bag review because you literally put all your medications in a brown bag and review them systematically. Step 1. Gather everything. Collect every medication you take: prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, vitamins, supplements, eye drops, nasal sprays, topical creams, even occasional pain relievers. Put them all in a brown bag. Don't forget, medications you take as needed: vitamins and supplements, over-the-counter sleep aids, pain relievers like Tylenol or Advil, allergy medications, antacids, laxatives, eye drops or ear drops, topical medications. Step 2. Create your comprehensive medication list. For each medication, write down exact name and dose. Don't use nicknames like water pill, what condition it's prescribed for, when you started taking it, who prescribed it, which doctor or specialist, how often you take it, what time of day you take it, any side effects you've noticed, whether you've ever missed doses and what happened, whether the condition has improved since starting the medication. Step 3. The critical questions. Ask yourself these questions for each medication. The necessity test. Am I still experiencing the symptom this was prescribed for? Has my condition improved enough that I might not need this anymore? Was this prescribed for a temporary condition that might have resolved? The duration test. Have I been taking this for more than a year without reevaluation? Was this supposed to be a short-term medication that became long-term? When was the last time a doctor reviewed whether I still need this? The cascade test. Did I start this medication to treat a side effect of another medication? Am I taking multiple medications for the same condition? Could reducing one medication eliminate the need for another? The quality of life test. Is this medication improving my quality of life? Are the side effects worse than the condition it's treating? Would I rather live with the original condition than the medication side effects? Step 4. Identify red flag combinations. Watch for these dangerous patterns: sedation combinations, multiple medications that cause drowsiness, sleep aids combined with anxiety medications, pain medications with muscle relaxants, antihistamines with antidepressants, blood pressure combinations, multiple blood pressure medications without recent monitoring. Blood pressure medications with diabetes drugs can cause dangerous drops, diuretics, water pills with heart medications, bleeding risk combinations, blood thinners combined with pain medications, multiple medications that increase bleeding risk, blood thinners with certain antibiotics, cognitive impact combinations, multiple anticholinergic medications, sleep aids with antidepressants, antihistamines with bladder control medications. Step 5. The timeline analysis. Create a timeline of when each medication was started and see if you can identify medications started around the same time you began experiencing new symptoms, patterns of new medications being added after others, periods when multiple medications were started by different doctors. Step 6. The doctor communication assessment. List which doctor prescribed each medication and identify medications prescribed by doctors who may not know about your other medications, specialists who may not have your complete medication list, emergency room or urgent care medications that were never reviewed. Complete your brown bag review this week and comment "reviewed" below. Then I'll tell you about the next crucial step. Here are free apps and tools that can flag dangerous interactions instantly. Drugs.com Interaction Checker. This is the gold standard for consumer drug interaction checking. Simply type in all your medications and it immediately identifies potential problems, categorizing them by severity. Major interactions. Avoid combination. Moderate interactions. Use with caution. Minor interactions. Monitor closely. This tool has prevented countless emergency room visits. It also provides detailed explanations of why medications interact and what symptoms to watch for. Medscape Drug Interaction Checker, used by healthcare professionals but available to consumers. It provides more detailed clinical information and includes interactions with foods and alcohol. GoodRx Drug Interaction Checker. Not just for pricing, it has one of the most comprehensive interaction databases available to consumers. It also includes interactions with over-the-counter medications and supplements. Your phone's health app. Both iPhone and Android now have medication tracking features that can alert you to potential interactions. They can also remind you to take medications and track side effects. Unchanged. Pill pack apps. Apps like MediSafe and MyTherapy not only track your medications, but can identify potential interactions and remind you when it's time for medication reviews. The VA's MyHealthAvet for veterans. If you're a veteran, this system provides comprehensive medication management and interaction checking specific to VA-prescribed medications. CVS, Walgreens, and other pharmacy apps. Most major pharmacy chains now offer interaction checking through their mobile apps. Since they have your complete prescription history, they can provide more accurate assessments. Download one of these apps right now and check your current medications. Comment, checked below once you've run your medications through an interaction checker. Here's how to approach your doctor about potentially reducing medications. The magic words, Doctor, I'd like to schedule a comprehensive medication review to see if we can safely reduce my pill burden while maintaining my health goals. This language is important because it shows you're being proactive about your health, indicates you want to work collaboratively, emphasizes safety, focuses on health goals rather than just stopping medications. Preparing for the appointment. Literally bring all your medications to the appointment. Many patients see multiple doctors who aren't communicating about medications. Bring your medication timeline. Show when each medication was started and any symptoms that began around the same time. Bring your interaction check results. Show your doctor any concerning interactions you've discovered. Prepare your questions. Write them down beforehand so you don't forget in the moment. The deprescribing question. For each medication, ask, what would happen if I stopped taking this medication? Are there non-drug alternatives for this condition? Could we reduce the dose instead of stopping completely? How long should I expect to be on this medication? What signs should I watch for if we reduce or stop this? For your overall health, ask, which medication is most important for my health? Which medications have the highest risk to benefit ratio? Are any of my medications treating side effects of other medications? How often should we review my complete medication list? The gradual approach. Never stop medications cold turkey. Work with your healthcare team to create a plan for gradual reduction with careful monitoring. The typical deprescribing process. 1. Identify the medication to reduce or stop. 2. Develop a tapering schedule. 3. Establish monitoring parameters. 4. Plan follow-up appointments. 5. Have a plan for what to do if symptoms return. Working with specialists. If you see multiple specialists, make sure they're all aware of your deprescribing goals. Sometimes, specialists are reluctant to stop medications in their area of expertise, even if the overall benefit is questionable. The pharmacist partnership. Your pharmacist can be your greatest ally in medication management. They often have more time than doctors to review your complete medication list and can identify interactions that might be missed in brief doctor visits. Documentation is key. Keep detailed records of what medications were reduced or stopped, how you felt during the process, any symptoms that improved or worsened, side effects that resolved. This information is invaluable for future medication decisions. According to the American Geriatric Society's Beers criteria, these medications are particularly dangerous for older adults and should be reviewed regularly. Sleep medications. The problem. Ambien, Lunesta, and over-the-counter sleep aids dramatically increase fall risk and can cause rebound insomnia. The hidden danger. These medications accumulate in older adult systems, causing daytime confusion, increased fall risk, and dependence. Safer alternatives, sleep hygiene improvements, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, melatonin in appropriate doses, addressing underlying sleep disorders. Anticholinergic medications. The problem including certain antidepressants, bladder control medications, and antihistamines. These accumulate in your system and can cause cognitive decline. The hidden danger. The anticholinergic burden is cumulative. The more of these medications you take, the greater the risk of dementia and cognitive decline. Examples to watch for: Benadryl and other antihistamines, tricyclic antidepressants, medications for overactive bladder, some muscle relaxants, certain heart medications, proton pump inhibitors. The problem: medications like Prilosec, Nexium, and Prevacid, when used long-term, increase fracture risk and can interfere with nutrient absorption. The hidden danger. Long-term PPI use is linked to increased risk of pneumonia, C. difficile infections, kidney disease, and dementia. Many people don't need them long-term. Multiple blood pressure medications. The problem: while blood pressure control is crucial, too many medications can cause dangerous drops, especially when standing. The hidden danger. Overtreatment of blood pressure in older adults can cause more harm than benefit, leading to falls, fractures, and decreased quality of life. Diabetes medications in older adults. The problem: aggressive blood sugar control in older adults can cause dangerous low blood sugar episodes. The hidden danger. The benefits of tight blood sugar control diminish with age, while the risks of hypoglycemia increase. Benzodiazepines, anti-anxiety medications. The problem: medications like Xanax, Ativan, and Valium increase fall risk and cognitive impairment in older adults. The hidden danger. These medications are highly addictive and become less effective over time, leading to dose increases and greater risk. SEDS, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. The problem: regular use of medications like ibuprofen and naproxen can cause kidney damage, heart problems, and stomach bleeding in older adults. The hidden danger. Many people take these as over-the-counter medications without realizing the cumulative risks, especially when combined with prescription medications. If you're taking any of these high-risk medications, don't stop them on your own, but do schedule a medication review with your healthcare team. Comment "high risk" below if any of these apply to you. Let me share more success stories that show the incredible impact of thoughtful medication reduction. Maria's transformation. Maria, a 68-year-old grandmother, was taking 9 medications and felt like a zombie. "I was living, but I wasn't alive," she told me. She couldn't play with her grandchildren because she was too tired and confused. She had stopped driving because she didn't trust her reflexes. After working with a geriatric pharmacist over 6 months, Maria safely reduced her medications to 5. The process wasn't instant. It required careful monitoring and gradual adjustments. "I got my life back," she said. "I have energy to play with my grandchildren again. I feel like myself for the first time in years. I didn't realize how much the medications were stealing from me until I got off some of them." Robert's recovery. Robert, a 71-year-old retired engineer, was taking 15 different medications. He had been hospitalized 3 times in 1 year for various complications, but no one connected his hospitalizations to his medication burden. A medication review revealed that Robert was experiencing multiple drug interactions that were causing his repeated health crises. Over the course of a year, working closely with his healthcare team, Robert reduced his daily medications from 15 to 8. The result? No hospitalizations in the following 2 years. His energy returned, his thinking became clearer, and his quality of life improved dramatically. "I wish someone had told me about medication reviews years ago," Robert said. "I could have avoided so much suffering." Dorothy's discovery. Dorothy, a 74-year-old artist, had stopped painting because her hands were too shaky and her mind was too foggy. She was taking 11 medications for various conditions. A comprehensive medication review revealed that 3 of her medications were contributing to tremors, and 2 others were causing cognitive fog. After carefully adjusting her medication regimen, Dorothy's tremors improved significantly, and her mental clarity returned. "I thought I was just getting old," Dorothy said. "I never imagined that medications could cause these problems. Now I'm painting again, and my art is better than ever." The common thread. What all these success stories share is that the patients didn't just stop taking medications randomly. They worked with knowledgeable healthcare professionals to carefully and safely reduce their medication burden while maintaining treatment for their important health conditions. They also all experienced what researchers call deprescribing benefits, improvements in energy, cognitive function, and quality of life that came from reducing medication burden. Let's talk about something that might shock you: the financial cost of polypharmacy. The direct costs. The average American over 65 spends over $3,000 per year on prescription medications. For those taking 10 or more medications, this cost can exceed $8,000 annually. But here's what's even more staggering: many of these medications may be unnecessary. The hidden costs. Emergency room visits. Medication-related problems cause over 125,000 emergency room visits annually, with an average cost of $1,500 per visit. Hospitalizations. Adverse drug reactions cause over 100,000 hospitalizations each year, with an average cost exceeding $10,000 per stay. Falls and fractures. Medication-related falls cost the healthcare system over $50 billion annually. Lost quality of life. The hidden cost of feeling tired, confused, or unwell due to medication side effects is immeasurable. The savings from deprescribing. Studies show that patients who undergo successful medication reviews save an average of $1,200 per year in direct medication costs, plus thousands more in reduced healthcare utilization. But the real savings come from improved health and quality of life. Here's your step-by-step action plan. Week 1, assessment. Complete your brown bag review. Use interaction checkers to identify potential problems. Create your medication timeline. Document current symptoms and quality of life. Week 2, education. Research each of your medications. Understand what conditions they're treating. Learn about potential alternatives. Prepare questions for your healthcare team. Week 3, healthcare team engagement. Schedule appointments with your primary care doctor. Consider consulting with a clinical pharmacist. Inform all your specialists about your deprescribing goals. Bring all your documentation to appointments. Week 4 and beyond, implementation. Work with your healthcare team to develop a deprescribing plan. Follow the plan carefully with regular monitoring. Document changes in symptoms and quality of life. Adjust the plan as needed based on your response. A long-term approach. Medication management isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. Plan to review your complete medication list at least twice per year, or whenever a new medication is added, you experience new symptoms, your health conditions change, you see a new healthcare provider. Remember, more medications don't always mean better health. Sometimes, less is more. Your goal should be the minimum number of medications as necessary to maintain your health and quality of life. The stories I've shared today aren't unique. They happen every day across the country. Right now, there are millions of people taking medications they don't need, experiencing side effects they shouldn't have to endure, and living with reduced quality of life that could be improved through careful medication management. You have the power to take control of your medication burden. You have the right to question every prescription, to understand what you're taking and why, and to work with your healthcare team to optimize your medication regimen. Your action steps. 1. Conduct your brown bag review this week. 2. Use a drug interaction checker on all your medications. 3. Schedule a comprehensive medication review with your healthcare team. 4. Commit to ongoing medication management as part of your health routine. But here's what's crucial. You must watch our next video for important health and wellness information that may save your life. We're diving into something that kills more seniors than car accidents and strokes combined. The breakfast habit that's silently destroying your heart, brain, and metabolism. If you eat toast, cereal, oatmeal, or pastries in the morning, you need to watch the next video immediately. The information I'm going to share has been suppressed by the food industry for decades, but new research is finally exposing the truth about what millions of Americans eat every morning and why it's literally accelerating aging and disease. Don't wait. Your life may depend on the information in that next video. Stay informed, stay healthy, and keep questioning everything, including your pill bottles. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any life-saving health information. Share this video with someone who takes multiple medications. You could literally be saving their life. And make sure to watch the next video about the dangerous breakfast habit that's destroying your health.